During the summer, thousands of people descend upon the central Alberta town of Sylvan Lake for sun, fun, and swimming. But Sylvan Lake Theatre is hoping to lure people away from the beach for at least a couple of hours this weekend to discover theatre in parts of downtown Sylvan Lake that you wouldn't expect to see theatre. The Sylvan Lake Theatre Walk takes place September 16th and 17th and features pop-up theatre performances at various spots, including the backyard of a cafe, an outdoor pavilion of a lakeshore restaurant, and even a church kitchen. Here to talk about the Sylvan Lake Theatre Walk is Artistic Director Tanya Riga. Hi, Tanya.
Hello. Yes, hello.
I'm so glad you could join us here today on ckua to talk about this great endeavor that has been happening for, I guess, a couple of years now in Sylvan Lake.
That's right. This is the second year that we've run it. And last year, we had overwhelming response from all over the province. And we thought, okay, let's do it again. So we are doing it again. It's a theater trail, 16 of them in total. And the final weekend is coming up on the 16th and 17th, and we do 4 trails a day.
Wow. Can you tell us how the idea for this tour first came about?
Well, theater trail, we did not invent it. It's quite a common thing, and actually it's done all around the world. We chose it because there is no event space or theater in Sylvan Lake. They don't have a performing arts space, and so while we do shows the rest of the year in other places, we thought we would like to do one big one at the end of the summer, just using businesses and services around town that wanted to partner with us to present theater and stories. And sure enough, everyone I went to said, heck yeah, that sounds like fun. And we've never had a no. So we try to set it in a 1.5 kilometer circuit. So 4 performances around the lake, 4 wonderful stories about characters. All of them this year are set in past and present Sylvan Lake, so that's kind of fun.
Okay.
And it takes about 2 hours.
Oh, great. So how many people are in the group?
We've limited 15 people per group, which is why we need to do 2 weekends and 16 performances. Some of the spaces could hold 50 to 100 people. Some of them, like the church kitchen, can only hold 15.
Right.
And we wanted to keep it small because when you're traveling with a group around Sylvan Lake, when it's still summertime and it's still going to be nice hot weather and people are at the beach, it's hard to move a group around.
Right.
So we kept it small for their safety and because we like intimate theater. Theater trail is also called site-specific theater. And by that, it's you use the place you're in to create the story. All the plays are written for the place where they're being performed. So the set is already provided for us, and we use it as much as possible. For the cooking show, we're using all kinds of cooking utensils and stoves and oven as they create their culinary masterpieces. And the site-specific theater is fun because the audience never knows quite what the seating arrangement will be. It could be alley theater where the audience sits on either side of the action and the action happens in the center, or they could be scattered around with the actors moving among them. At the improv stage, audience will be asked to provide suggestions for the material, so they're involved in that way. And then traditional theater where the audience sits on one side and the theater is performed right in front of them.
Yeah, it must allow playwrights and directors to be very creative.
It requires that they be creative. Yes, yes, indeed. It's kind of why it's very attractive to be involved in. Our company this year is 24 people. So we are fortunate to have playwrights create the original material. We have a guest director, Jenna Goldade, who's artistic director of Bullskit Comedy in Red Deer, which is also another improv company. And she has a very improvised approach with her play. And it shows the actors are having a lot of fun building on the script, really creating very, very interesting characters and movement. It's wonderful. And that's what Jenna brings to that particular show. The improv artists don't have a director. They don't even have a script. So that is a self-directed piece. So there's stage managers at each venue to help guide the audience and make sure that the businesses where we're performing aren't adversely impacted, because business is going on as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to augment what they're doing, not interfere with it. And it's very fun for audiences not on the trail to see it and go, "What? What's this? What's going on? This is fun." And often they'll be leaning up against the wall or sneaking out from behind a post, also taking it in.
Right.
And we've known that some people come back, they buy a ticket for next day because they want to see the whole trail.
Now, you did this last year and over the weekend. What kind of, or the past weekend, what kind of response do you get from people who take part in it?
Last year, what surprised me was I knew the plays would be a hit because theater is my bag. I've been doing it all my life, and I knew it would go over really, really well. And our plays, because it's summer, they're fairly light. It's comedic and well done. The actors have had training; they're semi-professional, and I knew it was all going to be good. What I didn't know was that the audience would love storytelling so very much,
Mm.
and that's what we heard a lot about. People that live in Sylvan Lake went, "I didn't know that there was a murder house in this town." Or they little things that you hear bits about, you finally get to hear the whole story, even though you grew up here. But also the magicalness of the walk, a little walk around town on a sunny afternoon, and then, going up a back alley or through a pathway, and there's some chairs set up and actors ready to go. Sometimes there's music, and they sit down and they enjoy a delightful 15 minutes in the world of that particular play and that particular business. And this is very new for Sylvan Lake. They've never had a theater company before.
Mm-hmm.
We're 18 months old, so we're, just getting out of diapers here. And we've had many, many events since we started. The Theater Trail is kind of our signature event and involves the most people, but we've done dinner theater. We do improv once a month at the Snake Lake Brewery, which is in town and very, very popular as well. Because there hasn't been a theater company here, there's not a lot of people that also know about performing. So in order to build our theater trail and other events, we've been bringing in instructors and teaching storytelling, playwriting. We have a script lab running. We're busy, and it's wonderful. And Sylvan Lake, the town of Sylvan Lake, the people of Sylvan Lake have been incredibly supportive and hungry for it. And we're just really glad to offer residents and tourists alike something new to come to Sylvan Lake for.
Well, that sounds phenomenal. Congratulations again, Tanya, on this great event that you're putting on.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Tanya Riga, director of Sylvan Lake Theatre. The Sylvan Lake Theatre Walk takes place September 16th and 17th. To find out more and to get tickets, go to sylvanlaketheatre.com.